something called Merlions, a ban on chewing gum except with a medical prescription, an airport with the world's largest indoor waterfall. Singapore is an interesting place to say the least. Singapore consists of over 60 different islands, and is one of the only remaining city-states left in the world. Singaporean culture is a unique blend of European and Asian influences, with beautiful architecture and a blend of cuisines that includes elements from Chinese, Malaysian, and Thai food. As a gateway to Asia, Singapore is a hotbed for global business. A focus on exports and financial openness has created a business-friendly environment in Singapore, but one that's controlled by complex regulations. Companies looking to expand into Singapore can benefit from a growing economy and a transparent government regime, but need to carefully consider costs and other factors. Here's a little more information about doing business in Singapore. Hiring employees in Singapore isn't as costly as you might think, with typical cost loading being around 17% on top of an employee's salary. In addition to mandatory Social Security, which is called the Central Provident Fund in Singapore, and medical insurance, employers can apply for the Work-Life Grant, which incentivizes them to create and sustain flexible work arrangements for employees. A legal entity is required to hire and pay employees in Singapore. The good news is that it's relatively easy and quick to set up an entity, with the typical timeline being around 1 to 8 weeks to get it registered with the Singapore Company Registrar. Singapore ranks number 2 on the World Ease of Doing Business ranking, which makes it an attractive location to set up in Asia. Employment contracts govern the working relationship between employee and employer in Singapore, and there are certain terms that need to be communicated to employees, called key employment terms. Things like place of work, amount of pay, overtime pay, and deductions and allowances need to be communicated to employees, and it's best to have a written record of these when employing someone in Singapore. Employees can be terminated with or without notice, with the employee typically owing a salary payment to the employer in lieu of notice if it's not given. The notice period is set in the employment contract, and employees can use any unused annual leave against the payment due. For quick market entry, international PEO is an option in Singapore. This limits the benefits that you can offer to employees, and compliance is largely dependent on the situation, so it's best to work with an advisor who can help design a solution for your company's circumstances. If this all seems like a lot, I have good news. UnaTerra can help you every step of the way. We'll work with you to design a solution that meets your needs in country, whether that be establishing a legal entity, hiring through a PEO, or making a payroll registration. We can run payroll, act as your controller for your international entities, and take care of corporate and payroll compliance so you can focus on what matters most, your business. Call or email me, Andrew Lang, or any of our sales team to get the conversation started today. I look forward to helping you succeed on the international stage.